Hi everyone. I know that the question on people's mind who are getting symptoms of spinocerebellar ataxia is, should I get diagnosed or should I not? And they think that the impact of diagnosis means that they can't get this and they can't get that. But the only thing that can actually affect what you achieve in life are the symptoms. And trust me, stress and anxiety does not help the disorder at all. Some of the pros of knowing that you have the disorder, checking it out, especially if one of your parents has it and you've started getting symptoms, it means that there's a high possibility that you could have this disorder as well. And there's a 50% chance of you passing it on to your children. So some of the pros of checking it out and knowing are you can acknowledge the disorder. The reason why I say acknowledge, because that's the beginning of you taking control. Because remember, there is no medical treatment for it. So you are left to be doctor and mother and father of yourself. Because neurologist, even though you refer to a neurologist, the neurologist has no idea what to do. Or has no medical protocol to follow. So yes, they'll keep you on in case you need them. Like in my case, my neurologist wanted to discharge me off his clinic, but I told him to keep me on, please, just in case I need it. So, which wasn't a problem, which is why they kept me on in their clinic anyway. And one of the other things is that you can acknowledge. So you have knowledge of this disorder, because then you can read it up. You tend to have more of a curiosity to read up more about it, to understand what it is you might be going through, what symptoms, and ways of treating it, because you might want to get natural ways to treat symptoms. So you have the knowledge, you acknowledge it exists, but you do not take ownership of it. Because even if it's on your DNA, remember, it's an ancestral disorder. So it passes on to your body, but it doesn't mean that this disorder defines you. You are different from the disorder. And yes, it may affect your life, but it depends on how much you allow it to. The other thing is that your healing can begin. Yes, your disorder is not curable. However, there may be some things that you can do to slow the progress. So in my case, I've been having symptoms for a while and I had no idea what it was. So that it reached a case whereby I could not go to work because the symptoms had gotten to that extent. But the earlier you find out that you have this disorder and your symptoms aren't so bad, you can still work and get your mortgage and get everything in quick succession, because you know that you do not have forever to get them done. So you can plan quickly how you will do things. Because so you can get a diagnosis, but the symptom is what's gonna affect you. So I could have had spinocerebellar ataxia and still be able to work. Then that would not affect me and my ability to earn a salary or something. The next thing is that you're gonna be taking action. So that's a pro. So you will know what symptoms you're getting, and each symptom you'll know that you need certain aids to help you to move around. So for example, I've got some grab rails and commode, and I use the handrail to get up the stairs and that sort of thing. I do exercises, stretches, and even the back pain, which I was having, it seemed to be going, because I realized it was a nerve pain, and it was causing me spasms, but it's not as bad as it was. So with time, I know it will go away eventually, because it's not hurting as much as it was. And some of the pros, some of the cons of not going to check it out is that you can feel isolated, that nobody understands what you're going through. Because if you haven't shared that you're getting symptoms because of fear or stress or whatever, then you will be ashamed of yourself, and you would not tell anybody what is going on with you, and they will assume, you will leave them to make assumptions. So you will feel isolated. You would not be able to acknowledge that yes, something is wrong, and that you need to do something about it. Either change your lifestyle, change your diet, get some supplements, do something, because you know that some of the symptoms are like fatigue, cramping, vertigo, and I think one of the major symptoms is vertigo, and that is a nerve neuropathy, because those are the things that keep you from being able to walk or run or jump and everything, coordination, because the cerebellum is affected. Then your fear and anxiety, that will keep plaguing you as well, and it will progress the symptoms much earlier than if you live a life of relaxation. And yes, the disorder is there. Yes, it's on your DNA. Yes, it's expected to progress, but it will progress according to your stress levels, I believe, as well. Because stress causes some hormones like cortisol to be released. And cortisol is responsible for bloating and all the acne and all these things. And then when you get all these, then you feel ugly and feel unimportant, and then you reflect that negative energies onto yourself, and then it becomes even worse energy, more negativities. So you need to do something about it. And I'm not telling you whether to go and get a diagnosis or not, but I know that with me, I dealt with it as fast as I can, and therefore I am able to slow down my progression and able to get all the support I need in order to cope. So if you don't need the help and you don't need the support, then fine. But if you do, then get yourself diagnosed.